It's coffee time. My eyes are super creepy looking, but I had to wear them today to get use out of them because I bought them for Anime Expo and they just didn't show up in time. I put a rush on them, but you know, like, you know when when you've procrastinated on something to such an extent that the amount of rush, the least amount of rush that's possible is like the day of. Let me re-explain that. I.e., if you were to put a 7-day rush on something, but you only have 7 days until the thing you need it for, that's basically what I did. I was like, oh man, I never got contacts. Oh, dang it. So I went to my favorite site, ordered them. I was like, okay, hopefully they'll get here in time. Hopefully they'll get here in time. I had 7 days, and it said, will show up between 5 and 7 days. So I said, oh, hopefully it's 5. I hope it's 5. It wasn't. It didn't even show up until today, actually, which means that it was quite a few days over the amount of time that they had promised me. So they actually included a second set of contacts, which I was kind of excited about. These are like checkered contacts, so they're going to be kind of funny to try and see what those wind up looking like. I had to check because, you know, I had the 2 different contact cases in there, and I was going, I only bought 1, right? So I looked at the receipt, I only had 1 on there, and then it had, like, complimentary gift. I was like, oh, as in, I'm sorry, because this took twice the amount of time that we had expected. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about them. Sean was over here working on a stream with Mike, and when he saw me, he was like, you look like a White Walker. Your eyes remind me of a White Walker, and so that's how I associate them now. I kind of love them. My favorite site, okay. I think it's 4 Eyes with a Z. Let me, 4eyes.com. Yes, FOUREYEZ.com. The reason that I love them is because they are utilizing YouTube in a way that contact lenses have not utilized it very well. They actually have all of their well-selling contacts. They make videos of people wearing them. They'll show you what they look like from afar, what they look like up close. They're super cheesy videos. It'll be like, oh, these are vampire contacts. So then the person will be like all vampired out and have blood all over them, but they like zoom, they show you what it looks like up close so you can see how unrealistic they look. From far away, you can see what they look like if somebody's at a distance, and it's just really nice because most of the time, you know, they've kind of like photoshopped it onto the little eyeball that you see, and you're like, I don't know what this is actually going to look like though. So I've always really liked 4 Eyes. I haven't bought many from them, but aside from this shipping snafu, which was made up for by the checkered contacts, uh, I've never had an issue with them, and I really like that I can see exactly what they're going to look like, right? These, I didn't expect to look as cool as they do. They're like fluorescent, they're so crazy. And if you get up, obviously you're not going to assume that somebody actually has this eye color, but I think they look pretty good until you're really close to them. Which was exciting for me. So I'm curious to see what these guys look like. These little bottles that they come in have always weirded me out. They haven't always done this. There was a set that I got a while back that just came in like a standard case, and I was like, okay, cool. But the bottles now are so weird because you feel like you're getting something from the black market. You're like, what do I do? What do I do with these? These blue ones came in these as well. So it's like a weird little pull tab, and then you rip that off, and then the top is just like a little rubber thing that pops off, and then you've got the solution and the contact. So when you get them, be sure that you have some sort of an eye case, because they don't include an eye case. You just get the little bottles, and then you'll have nowhere to put them after you've put them in your eyeballs. You're like, oh, I need a case. What do I do with these? Gotta get that case. But I'm loving these. Although one of the things, whenever you buy contacts off of a site like that, there's always going to be a lot of people that say be careful with those, because they can sometimes they can scratch up your eyes if you're not careful. Which is true of any contact lens, by the way. I've had contact lenses straight from the eye doctor that when I put in, I'm just like, oh gosh. But when you have eyes that are an abnormal shape as well, Any of you who happen to be eye doctors, feel free to put in your 2 cents or tell me that I'm totally wrong about this, but this is just what I've been told and what I've experienced wearing a lot of contacts that were kind of from like websites like this. I have astigmatism in both eyes, so my eyes are like abnormally shaped, so contact lenses don't always like suction to my eyes super well. This one, actually, the first time that I put it in, it, like, the entire edge of it, every time I blinked, my entire eye was like, what is this? Get it out. Because, you know, your eyes aren't used to having something foreign on them if you don't wear contacts a lot. So your eyes are just like, no, 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 get it out, get it out, get it out. In which case, for me, I just have to take it out, give my eye a breather, put it in solution, put the contact lens in solution, and then try it again. Also, sometimes it's because the contact lens is flipped. If it's inside out, sometimes it'll feel weird on your eye and you just need to flip it, but definitely put it back into the solution. If you need to rewash your hands, because if there's anything that's on your hands that gets on the contact, it'll wind up upsetting your eye, etc. I just went on a huge rant about contact lenses. So there's that. But hopefully, if any of you were ever curious about where to get contact lenses, now you know where I get mine. And I really like this website. Also, okay, totally off topic, Allie called me out so hard last night because she was like, okay, in this last video, you talked about how much you love naps. You've definitely talked before on your show about how much you hate naps as well. So you are contradicting yourself hardcore. And I realized that is so true. And I don't know why. I was like in my mind going, what? Why have I now switched over to this universe where I like naps? I don't know why that is, because it hasn't always been that way. Like, very recently I hated taking naps because you wake up and you're groggy and you feel gross. But I've taken a lot of naps recently because I've been staying up really late, but I still get up early. So then I take like an afternoon nap for an hour or 2 hours, and then I wake up and I feel fine. I don't know, I haven't been feeling as groggy, maybe because my body's like getting used to it. I don't know, but I was like, oh gosh, you were so right. You are so right. I totally contradicted myself. Whoops. So any of you that realized that and were like, Dooger, what you talking about? Now you know. I didn't do it on purpose. I just, at some point in my life, apparently, decided that I like naps now. I don't know, man. I keep, like, kind of catching a glimpse of my eyes, and I'm like, this is so weird. It's so weird. I like them, though. It's fun. I've always thought that contacts were really fun. Oh, who was it? I had a friend in high school that used to wear contact lenses all the time, but she wore the ones that make your pupil look like it's in a different shape. There are contact lenses that you can get where it's like basically clear, but then she had ones that would make her pupil look like a star, and then the rest of it's clear. So it's just like your normal eye color, and then your pupil is like a little star. It was so weird. Every time I saw them, it tripped me out. I was like, what's going on with your eyeball, homie? They have weird ones. There are ones, there's one that has always weirded me out that looks like teeth and is supposed to make your eye look like a mouth, and they're just like teeth on the top and the bottom, and I'm like, why would you wear that? That's terrible. They look terrifying. I hate them. I'm actually, since I'm on this website, they keep scrolling through. There's an ad for if you want to have Bella eyes from Twilight. They definitely have Bella eyes on 4 eyes, so there's that. And flags. What? And Terminator. The Terminator ones are really cool. They have like robot eyes that make it so that it looks like you have little like circuit pieces. Those are pretty dope. I almost convinced Ro to buy some of those not too long ago. I was like, dang, you could be a real robot. And she was like, yeah? She didn't wind up doing it though. It's probably for the best. But at the time I was like, Ro, you gotta say this. You could have robot eyeballs. She wasn't feeling it. She was kind of feeling it, and then realized that it would be a waste of money, which it totally would be. But I was like, oh, So that was my day. We like went and ran errands and things. We actually did do things. It wasn't just me fangirling over my own contact lenses all day. We went and got a few things. Unfortunately, the time that we decided to try to go into a different area of town for like specialty stuff was at rush hour. And I'm still not used to driving around during the week and having it actually be the week. It still feels like the weekend always. So I was like, why are there so many people on the road? And Ro was like, because they're leaving work. I was like, oh. oh. So we wound up just coming home early. But that's okay, because I got to cuddle with my cat and put in my fancy contact lenses and hang out, you know. I finally re-downloaded Civ 5. I don't know why I did that to myself. I've also been playing a lot of TF2. My life. TF2 is really fun. I don't remember it being as fun as it totally is. When I played it on my 24-hour stream, I was like, oh, this is okay. No, it's like really fun. I've been playing it with friends. I've been playing as Heavy or Pyro, but I really like Heavy. I think Heavy is probably the easiest for somebody who hasn't played to get the hang of it, really. Because I was like, I haven't played this in over a year, Jared. Jared's my friend who is, like, super into it. I was like, I haven't played this in over a year. He was like, that's okay. Just be a Heavy. You move slow, and you do the most damage at short range. And I was like, okay. It was fun. I wasn't the most useful person. Useless is what I meant to say. I wasn't the most useless person on our group. I was like 4th from the bottom in points. I felt really good about it. I was like, yeah, there are people worse than me. What? It was good. Anywho, I'm gonna go since I've talked for 12 minutes, but I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah! Eyeballs.